Just look at like, in particular, like the middle guy and the guy on the right here, and like their reaction to our stuff. They're not happy. Literally just yogurt.
Yeah.
Was?
Die Frösche! Die Frösche! Oh mein Gott.
This guy on the far right, he just has it out for us for whatever reason. Everything we say something as simple as this would be good with ice cream, and then he snaps. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I am Donnie, and along with my wife Aubrey, we are two Americans currently living in Germany with our baby, sharing all of our experiences living and traveling throughout Europe. So today I have a video that is completely out of the realm of our normal videos. What I'm actually gonna be doing is a reaction video to a reaction video on one of our videos, because I got notified that we had a reaction video done by one of Germany's biggest YouTube channels, Pete's Meat, and they have, I think, a couple different channels, and then there's a secondary channel, which is Pete's Meat TV or TV, and that is actually the channel in which they reacted to our video where we tried a lot of German nostalgic candies and snacks. So I thought, because it's such a huge channel and a really cool opportunity to see their reaction video, I would check it out and let you guys kind of see what I thought, and also thought maybe it would be a good opportunity to kind of test my German and see how much I can actually understand, and also maybe for you guys to be able to see kind of where my German's at. So let's get right into the video and see how our reaction of their reaction of our video did.
Willkommen beim neuen Reactor auf Pizza TV.
Hello.
Wir gucken uns heute Essenssachen an. Und zwar mal wieder Menschen, die deutsche Süßigkeiten essen. Und zwar Amerikaner.
Nostalgische deutsche Candies und Snacks.
Also ich bin sehr gespannt.
And you guys can see that this was a video back when Aubrey was in our videos again. So this is also kind of a throwback for us to be able to see, yeah, Aubrey also back in a video.
Also ich bin sehr gespannt, wie die Amerikaner sagen, dass deutsche Sachen nostalgisch sind. Also kommt jetzt ein Reiter.
Die wir nostalgisch finden, ne?
Also woher sollen die wissen, was wir nostalgisch finden?
Vielleicht hat ihnen das ein Zuschauer gesteckt, so hier, nimm mal meine nostalgischen Sachen und friss sie mal.
Dann gucken wir mal. Ich finde, die beiden sehen aus, als wenn ihr perfekte Couple wären für eine Open Relationship.
Warum das denn?
Weiß nicht, rein.
I agree that we look like a perfect couple, but open relationship? I don't understand where that come from.
So optisch könnten die in so einem TikTok-Vlog sein, wie man Open Relationship macht.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I am Donnie.
And I'm Aubrey.
And we are two Americans currently living in Germany and sharing all of our experiences living and traveling throughout Europe. Yeah, Aubrey is back in this video, and maybe you guys... Is that really surprising? That we're two Americans living in Germany? Maybe it's the fact that we're living in Germany that was kind of surprising and different than some of these other videos where people buy snacks and then try them, I guess, like in the US, but no, we lived here for about 3 years now. Video, and maybe you guys saw it in a few videos ago, we mentioned that we had a huge announcement, and that is that Aubrey is pregnant. So if you missed that, that is why Aubrey hasn't been in very many videos recently, but here she is.
In Deutschland.
I'm here for the sweetest one of all. So because I'm pregnant, I've been feeling extra snacky recently, and so we decided to try out some German snacks to see if some of them would satisfy my snack desires.
So we reached... Does snacky have some kind of other meaning in Germany that I don't know about? That's a fairly common thing I think in the US to say. Like if you're feeling hungry or just, if you're not fully feeling super hungry for a meal, you would say, I'm just feeling snacky. You just want something small to eat. But the way they kind of laughed about that, does that have some kind of like second meaning in Germany that I don't know about? We reached out on our YouTube channel asking for all of our German audience
Alter, hör auf zu labern, du sollst Sachen essen.
Guilty pleasure snacks or things that we just would never find in
Guilty
the
pleasure
US.
Snacks, alle Süßigkeiten sind Guilty pleasure.
We went to the grocery store and we... Maybe in Germany, all sweets are guilty pleasures? I guess that's probably pretty accurate to say. We collected them to try today, and that is exactly what we are going to talk about today in our video. Sweets, treats, and maybe some meats. Let's try some German eats.
Wow.
eingefallen, das hat er sich erstmal runtergeholt.
Das Video ist so laut, wenn die Musik kommt, höre ich euch nicht.
Very healthy for our baby. So this is just a one-time thing where we just want to have some fun and you're not going to.
Die labern immer noch und essen nicht.
Das ist richtig. About our baby's health. The baby will be fine. Also, if you're not following us on our Instagram and Twitter, you need to go follow us there because actually we have tried a lot of German snacks and drinks and specialty items, and we don't always make videos about it.
Eine 6 von 10 Dislike auf das Video.
Don't hit the dislike yet. So that, 6 out of 10. I don't know if you guys have seen, but we did an entire video where I drank every Spezi brand that I could find in our area, and this is a spoiler, but that one did not win. The Paulaner Spezi did not win. I don't remember if I gave it a 6 out of 10 also in the blind taste test. Obviously, when I tried it in the Instagram video, that was not or in the Instagram story, that was on a blind taste test. But yeah, I can't remember. Maybe they need to check that out and see what I actually rated it when it was blind, and then also see how I rated all the rest, and also figure out which Spezi I voted the best. I'll link that video so you can watch that.
Warte. Haben die wirklich der Paulaner Spezi eine 6 von 10 gegeben?
Ja.
Ich kann die beiden nicht mehr, also kann ich nicht ernst nehmen, tut mir leid.
Das wird, glaube ich, ein gutes Video.
Guck doch mal den Rechten an, Alter. Weißt du, der ist von einem Berater für Open Relationship, ist jetzt Gollum gerade im Mund.
Die gucken seit 2 Minuten, erzählen die uns, dass die deutsche Sachen essen wollen und essen noch nicht. Warum kann man das nicht sagen, wenn man die Sachen schon isst?
I'll give him that. That's something that I know in our videos. People comment that if we do a really long intro before we actually get to what we're talking about, but a lot of times that stuff I'm just trying to set it up, kind of make it exciting. But also there's a lot of disclaimers that I sometimes give because of things that people put in the comments, like when we talked about, Aubrey being pregnant and eating all those snacks and everything. That is something that I get comments about that kind of stuff all the time. And so I just thought I'll just go ahead and put it out there just to try to shut down some of those annoying comments, but whatever. I shouldn't worry about that as much, and maybe I should just try to speed up and get into the actual meat of the video quicker.
Wir labern auch immer viel.
Years that we've lived here, we may have already tried some of your favorites and posted there, but today we're gonna try some things that we really
jetzt zum 3. Mal hat er gesagt, dass die was essen wollen.
We're getting there. Just need to relax. So I'm not liking already going into the tastings where we're trying German snacks that I think there's nostalgia attached to, and we may not rate it as highly as they would like potentially, because I historically have rated things very low, because I'm just I kind of protect my numbers a little bit. I don't give too high numbers too quickly, and so I'm not liking going into this and this guy on the right already so enraged and upset. It's not going to set it up nicely for us.
And we're just going to pick them out randomly and let you know our honest opinion. So let's get snacking.
Wahnsinn!
Endlich!
Our first snack that we're going to try is
9 von 10, Freunde. Da brauche ich nicht mal probieren.
Choco Fresh.
9 out of 10?
Ja, die sind auch 8,5.
Ich würde auch 8,5 geben.
Noch besser.
Ja, aber es gibt, glaube ich, kaum Kindersachen, die unter 8,5 sind.
Das ist richtig.
Also ich habe das jetzt einfach mal so rausgehauen. Ich kenne die Dinger gar nicht.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna like our score with as highly as they rate it. I don't remember what I gave it, but I don't think I gave it 8.5s or 9s.
What? Wie, die sind separated. Okay, dann
sind
lieber die
immer
Happy
4,
Hippos.
ja.
Dann lieber die Happy Hippos, die sind durchgehend.
Happy Hippos are the best German snacks, hands down. We tried it in another video, so we didn't do it in this one, but hands down, Happy Hippos are the best. And a Kinder Regal together in one, and then just served chilled. And if you guys haven't seen, we actually have done an entire Kinder taste test video. All the non-refrigerated items.
Das ist der gute Scheiß.
Das ist halt nice.
Our take on all of those Kinder bars. But yeah, the refrigerated items are. I wouldn't recommend going back and watching that one. Honestly, I kind of wish we could redo that because the quality was really, really pretty crappy back then when we did that video. But I was really proud of that video at the time, but now it's not worth going back and watching. Kind of new to us. I will say we did just recently try the Kinder King Maxi. Said that wrong. Also the Milkschnitte. And I will say both of those.
Die Milkschnitte.
I know they're super popular in Germany, but the refrigerated items taste like they
geworfen hat, ist ja auch eine Milkschnitte.
But they're not quite there. I don't have that nostalgic attachment to it, so if I had to get I don't understand what he's laughing about there. That I did not understand. And I don't know if the two other guys also aren't really laughing, so I don't know if it's like wasn't funny or if they don't understand the joke too, but rating, I would give this one though. Was it my pronunciation? What was?
6 out of 10.
And I don't know what to do. Is it yogurt?
Yeah, just like I thought. I knew they wouldn't be happy with
Ich
that
glaube,
kind of
Christian hat sich
rating.
gerade gemutet für Kinderfreundlichkeit.
And the cups are tiny. Someone said that they love these, I think, as a kid, so I'm kind of feeling like these are going to be maybe.
Habt ihr früher auch immer Fruchtzwerge-Eis gegessen?
Ja.
Ja.
So we have. Yeah, that was something that we got comments on a lot on that part, was to stick like a spoon or a stick into the top of the Fruchtzwerge and then put it in the freezer and then eat it that way. That's the proper way of eating it. We didn't know that at the time, so we didn't get to do that. But that's something that I think, especially now that we have our own baby, we're gonna have to give that a try. 3 different flavors. It comes in the package.
Früher. Ja, habe ich schon nie gefunden. Aber habe ich schon lange nicht mehr gemacht. Da kommt halt einfach so ein scheiß Stiel rein und fertig.
Ja.
Literally just yogurt.
Yeah.
Was?
Tastes like a go-gurt. Yes.
It's a really good yogurt. I wouldn't say for me it's like overly sweet, but I don't know what else to say besides literally it's just like yogurt.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like attached to like nostalgia for Germans because they ate these as little kids, but for me it's like, yeah.
It's not like my favorite yogurt of all the yogurts.
Ja, gut, das ist jetzt
Alter,
halt
können die
nicht.
bitte das
Ja,
Land wieder
aber das, also, ja, da spielt natürlich unsere Nostalgie noch mit. Das ist jetzt nicht der oberkrasseste Joghurt, wo du direkt einen Steifen von kriegst. Also.
Das kriege ich von keinem Joghurt.
Ja,
Ich
genau.
kenne keinen Joghurt, den ich lieber essen würde als Fruchtzwerge. Nur esse ich Fruchtzwerge nicht, weil da einfach huren viel Zucker drin ist.
Ja.
Did you say there's a lot of sugar inside the Fruchtzwerge and he doesn't eat that? Let me know. I think that's what he said. And if that's the case, I don't remember that tasting sweet at all. We've had significantly sweeter yogurts in the past. And also, I do have to point out another thing that we got tons of comments on in that section was that Fruchtzwerge is not actually yogurt at all. It's actually, I think, Frischkäse. And so I guess we got that wrong, but it tasted very much and the texture was very much like yogurt. But apparently got that wrong. Didn't do our research on that enough. But yeah, I think this is going to be a consistent thing in this video, is that we're going to say there's not a lot of sugar in things. I remember saying that a lot in this video, and that's kind of a general thing in German snacks, is that we just don't taste like, or we just don't feel like they're as sweet as like American candies, which I think is pretty much true. And so to us, it's not as sweet. And I think our American palates, of course, as everybody knows, is a little bit more, I guess, bent towards super sweet things. And so, yeah, I wouldn't say that has a lot of sugar inside.
Und Sepp, ja, die haben einem Kinderprodukt 6 von 10 gegeben und der Spezi von Paulaner
Ja,
auch,
jetzt aber jetzt
und
nicht
jetzt
so
kommt Fruchtzwerge und das ist auch schon so,
hier.
nee.
Ja.
Da kommt noch was.
Also aktuell bin ich bei denen auch so bei einer Bewertung von, nee.
Like fruit pieces in it or anything.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because I like yogurt.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's just good average yogurt.
Die sind halt sehr
The next one is
kritisch.
Kinder Pinguin.
Yeah,
I think
very
it's
critical.
Pinguin.
Yeah,
I don't want to say that like I'm super critical. I think I am, but what I'm waiting for is something to just like knock my socks off and then like establish what a 9 or a 10 is. And I just haven't really come across that too much. And so I'm kind of hesitant with my numbers. I don't want to give something a 9 or a 10 and then something be even better and then think, well, crap, I shouldn't have given that last thing a 9 or a 10 because this is actually better. So I'm kind of like hesitant, waiting for that thing to knock my socks off. But yeah, maybe it comes across as a little bit critical, but maybe it's just an adjusted scale. Like a 6 or a 7 is a pretty high score for me sometimes. I don't know. You buy it, it comes, looks like in a packs of like 4 separate bars. So this one, out of all the Kinder refrigerated items, I will say I think I was the most excited about trying. It just looks a little more interesting and better to me. There's a little string on the back. It's cool, I guess. Love those string things. Always
yeah. So you can have
kind of a cool way of opening things with the Kinder products.
Jetzt, wenn die darauf jetzt so abgehen, kommt ey, komm, ganz ehrlich, Pinguin ist ja wohl einer der schwächeren Kinderprodukte.
Was? Also, ich wollte gerade sagen, wenn der jetzt was sagt, was schlechter ist als 7 von 10, dann raste ich aus.
Ja, also Kinderpinguin finde ich auch so also,
ja, das stimmt. Die Kindersachen sind eigentlich nie schlechter als 7 oder 8 oder so.
Das ist ein gutes Produkt, aber von Kindern ist das eins der schlechteren.
Ja, würde ich auch sagen.
Really? Do you all think that's true, that the Pinguin is one of the worst products of the, I guess, Kinder products? Because I don't think I remember thinking it was one of the worst of all of them. So there's like the chocolate coating. It does look like there's like a small thin layer of some kind of like cake, almost like the milk schnitzel maybe, and then the cream, and then like a thin layer.
Still don't
of
get that
chocolate in the
joke.
middle as well.
It reminds me of some kind of hostess dessert we have. It's like a cake, but like the chocolate.
Alter, diese Zebra-Kekse.
It's just not quite an ice cream treat, but it's not like a Kinder.
Es soll doch keine Eiscreme sein.
In between. This one though, I will say, of all of them, yeah, I know there's no Kinder ice cream that like I find like super special. I'm gonna want to grab very often, if ever. I prefer just ice cream.
Yeah.
Kind of a fun little thing.
Wer will denn Eiscreme haben?
I think it's a 5 out of 10 for me.
I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, so it's higher than the other ones.
Okay.
Vielleicht gibt's auch gar, die sind ja so wie Jay immer ein bisschen kritischer bei der Bewertung.
Kritisch? Die sind einfach im Gehirn falsch verdrahtet, sind die ja. Also, ich bitte dich.
Da kommt jetzt auch bestimmt was Gutes.
The Kinder refrigerated snacks, they're just so... I don't think that we have anything in the US this is a similar type of product. It's just so different for us because for us it's like we have candy, like chocolate bars or like the zebra cakes, I guess, kind of like what I was saying. I'll say zebra cakes are kind of uncomparable to those. They're very different, but they're not quite ice cream, and that's what we have. It's like cakes and candy, or then ice cream, and those like cool. Like you can throw a Snickers bar into like a freezer or something like that, and people might enjoy those cold. But like we don't have these like cold products, so it's just unknown to us. So I don't know kind of how to describe it or how to rate it, and yeah, when they said just have ice cream, then I just don't like, yeah, I'm going to typically go for an ice cream, but I don't really know when I would go for like that other type of thing. Just because, yeah, I just don't have any situation that I would eat those considering I've never seen something like that before.
We have Haribo color.
Oh, die sind aber auch schwierig, je nachdem, was du nimmst.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what you
die ganze Zeit gemutet, nice. Das kannst du in den Staaten da auch easy kaufen.
Ja.
Ist halt ein bisschen teurer.
We have Haribo in the US, and like everybody knows it for like gummy bears, but the Haribo aisle in the grocery store is huge here, and there's so many things that I had never seen before. So here, it's just like a mix.
Ach, das kennen die gar nicht.
Nee.
Ja, Lakritze wahrscheinlich nicht, wa?
Oh, Lakritze mögen die aber nicht.
Black with like yeah, white in the middle, so I'm assuming it's probably Americans don't really like black licorice very much.
Frog. Die Frösche! Die Frösche!
Ich bin gespannt, was er rechts sagt.
Ich bin gespannt, was die zu den Fröschen sagt.
I don't know how to describe it though.
Good night. Mine wasn't black licorice. It wasn't like chocolatey, but it was almost on like the edge of chocolatey. I think it was black licorice.
Kennen die Amerika Lakritz gar nicht?
Doch, die haben doch teilweise so Lakritzkram.
Ja?
Doch.
Okay.
Or something flavor, but
mine wasn't sweet really either. They can't all be the same. This is
Es muss halt auch nicht alles süß sein, ne?
So is that one different than the flavor you tried?
Yeah, it's just like Americans don't really like black licorice so much, and that's something that I think I eventually say that black licorice is more popular in Germany, but I do think the black licorice in Germany that I've tasted and taste more in this video is pretty different than the US. I think the black licorice in the US is kind of interesting because like we don't really like it very much, typically, and it's normally a stronger like black licorice or more salty than what you find in Germany. I think I've heard people say that the black licorice in the US more resembles kind of like the Nordic countries where they have more salty or stronger black licorice where they eat it a lot more. So maybe Americans need to have more German black licorice. I don't know. Sweet really either. They can't all be the same. This is
Es muss halt auch nicht alles süß sein, ne?
So is that one different than the flavor you tried?
Yeah, it's just like a strawberry gummy. See, now this one's like a hard candy. Yeah, I don't know how you rate something like this. It's too many
wenn ihr da jetzt gerade
That one I don't like. Doesn't really have much.
Ja, komm, aber ganz ehrlich, die nehmen auch ein Toastbrot und schneiden den Rand ab, weil der zu hart ist, ja? Also
für die ist Meerkorn auch dieses komische Toast, was einfach nach süß schmeckt. Also
ja, stell dir mal vor, die essen. Ich frage mich ja, ob die, als die erstmal ein Brötchen gebissen haben, direkt danach zum Zahnarzt mussten.
So a flavor? I think that can be fun for like, you can't like make a choice of what you want. It's just a variety pack already prepared for you. I think like the gummy bears though, I just love like the packs of gummy bears.
It's hard to rate because I guess I'm comparing it to just classic gummy bears. Classic gummy bears are like a 10.
So where's this fall?
These are like a 7.
I was gonna say like probably like a 4.
Wenn die Classic Gummibärchen eine 10 sind, ja, dann kriegt die eine 7 oder eine 4,5? Eine
4,5.
Ja, aber das ist aber schon, also sie hat ja 7 gesagt. Das würde dann ja passen, weil da sind auch Sachen drin, die ich jetzt auch nicht unbedingt so geil finde.
Ja, das stimmt.
Colorado ist halt schon, na, dann pickst du dir die geilen Sachen raus und irgendwer isst dann halt schon die anderen Sachen.
Aber die meisten Sachen sind geil. Also ich meine, okay, das kann er natürlich anders sehen, aber weil ich halt, wenn du mal überlegst, nach unserem Pizmeat-Kochverständnis, die haben natürlich ein anderes System, aber wäre 4,5 schon fast vor, ist nicht essbar.
Ja.
I would probably agree with that. I would never probably pick up a bag of this ever again. I wouldn't say that it's not edible, like he just said, but it's definitely not like up my alley at all. And I think kind of like what the other guy on the far left said, that I mean, there's some things in it that were good, and there's a lot of things that were in it that weren't good. So it's kind of hard for me to give it a high or a low score. That one's not really fair. That one shouldn't have probably been really rated. But we had to for the video.
My American pronunciation wants
Ja, das kennen die, glaube ich.
But would you say you think it probably is?
I'm thinking like Toffifee.
Ja, boah, ja, Aussprache ist gut.
There we go. That is probably the first time that I've ever gotten a compliment from a German for my pronunciations, because most of the time in the comments for my pronunciations, it's just, hey, you're doing everything wrong. And I genuinely am trying. Like that, I really am trying. So that feels good to get at least some positive things out of them, and also
mega.
Compliments on my pronunciation.
Das war gut.
4 von 10.
This is one that like I see all the time everywhere, and we had a lot of people
4 out of
recommend
10.
this one.
Ja, wir haben ja schon mal festgestellt, für die Amerikaner haben wir sehr viel Süßigkeit mit, also Haselnuss.
Ja,
Ne? Also
mit
egal ob
Nüssen,
jetzt
ja.
Hanuta oder
Ja.
Toffifee oder
Ja.
was weiß ich. Also da sind immer sehr viele Haselnusssachen bei.
And that's something that we're, of course, not used to. We have like Nutella in the US, but hazelnut as like a flavoring, I'm sure you can find some things in the US, but not nearly as much as in Germany. It's crazy how much
komisch
hazelnut there
ist,
is.
weil ich mag Nüsse nicht so gerne. Aber die Sachen, die mit Haselnuss sind, wie Hanuta, Nutella und so, finde ich 10 von 10
Ich
stark.
glaube, in einem Hanuta ist wahrscheinlich so eine Viertel Haselnuss drin oder so, wenn überhaupt.
Wenn überhaupt, ja.
The fanciest of all.
Yeah. So what was interesting to me about this is I thought that the like outsides were like little like cookies or crackers with like a chocolate. Now,
Oh.
I think it's actually caramel on the
yeah,
outside.
a little caramel
Ja.
bowl with chocolate in it.
Oh, das müssen die doch
Und
lieben,
die
oder?
Hazelnut.
Karamell?
Is it caramel or is it
with, like,
toffee?
chocolate hazelnut?
Is it toffifee for like toffee? I don't know what the difference is between toffee and
I
caramel.
like that.
Yeah, so there's actually like nuts in there
Mhm.
too.
I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10.
Whoa!
Yeah, the caramel's not like a super hard or soft or chewy caramel. Good chocolate, good caramel, good nut flavor.
That's
It's almost
what
a
I-
little bit on the dry side.
Als wenn sie einfach
That's
Milch
the only
trinkt.
reason why I would deduct any points, but I would probably say that that's probably like a 7.5 out of 10 or an 8. That's really good.
Real quick, guys. Yeah, so he just commented on the fact that Aubrey just drank some milk. I want the Germans our German viewers to comment in the comments below if they drink just plain milk, because I do think I've heard that that's something that a lot of Germans don't do, is just drink straight milk, whereas for like Americans, we drink just straight milk pretty regularly, especially when we're eating like sweets like this. We're gonna drink
Our
milk
patrons
with
over
that.
on Patreon for supporting our channel. And if you guys
I think that's
Da kommt drauf an, wie ihr den Kram bewertet.
Patreon that you can go check out. But also, if you guys would simply hit that like and subscribe button, that would go a huge way in helping support our channel. But with that being said, let's get back to the snacks. So next, we have the beefy
Oh, die können richtig fies.
beefy roll for the very first time.
Also die Karazzas finde ich,
That 5 out of 10 that I have there, I would definitely raise that, because I've had these on the beefy roll and the beefy crawls up multiple occasions since this video. So that 5 out of 10 is ridiculous. That probably for me is more like an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
Alter, ich kann nicht pausieren.
Like a bread roll.
Die Karazzas finde ich eigentlich nicht schlecht, die können aber richtig eklig sein, wenn die schon irgendwie so 3 Monate an der Tankstelle liegen
That's where I've
oder
been
so.
buying them all too, is gas
Also
stations.
da bin ich immer
Don't
hin und
think I've
her
had a bad one like
gerissen.
that before.
Also da könnte ich jetzt auch, das könnt ihr auch gerne schlecht bewerten. Das
Ja.
ist nicht so schlimm.
Die Beefy-Produkte mit Teig drum.
So for him to say that I think it's okay if I rate these low, it's gonna be kind of funny. It's gonna be shocking in the opposite direction this
Nee,
time.
die sind
Ja,
auch
vor allen
wirklich
Dingen
geil.
die, wo die so ein bisschen aussehen wie ein Hotdog oder so.
Ja.
Das ist einfach nur trockenes, richtig trockenes
Da ist,
Brot.
glaube ich, auch richtig viel Konservierungsstoff drin, damit das einfach nicht gammelt.
Probably wanna be like
Also
so
nicht
much
Beißt da
so
Chinese
rein und du
American
fühlst dich
food and
selber
snacks.
schon konserviert.
Die Beefy selber schon, das ist doch eigentlich so ein Salami-Fleisch.
Das ist Salami, ja.
Yeah, salami.
Da habe ich mich nie gefragt, wie das eigentlich so gemacht, ne, will ich wahrscheinlich auch nicht wissen. Aber
Frag dich das lieber nicht.
ich glaube, da kannst du besser zur Fleischtheke gehen und der Tante sagen, ich hätte gern 2 Scheiben Salamiwurst.
Ich glaube, du kannst auch da hingehen und sagen, ich nehme das aus dem Abfalleimer.
Wahrscheinlich.
Das wäre auch besser.
Ja, mal gucken, was er jetzt zu Karazza sagt. Da bin ich sehr gespannt.
Looks like a bread roll with like
I'm excited too to see what they
cheese and
say.
almost like minced meat.
Ja, das sieht viel geiler aus, als es schmeckt.
Kind of layer.
Sieht aus
That's
wie
with
Metz.
everything. It always looks better on the packaging than what it actually tastes like.
I'm trying to stay away from
Met, we have had Met. If you haven't seen that video, we tried, I think it was 5 or 6 of the weirdest German food that nobody really knows about too, a lot of them. And Met was one of them. So I have since had Met. That was after this video.
Of course, undercooked meats, deli meats, and probably unidentified.
Ja, aber das ist doch.
As well. So I think this
Ja,
is
wegen der
all
Milch
you
ist,
know.
sollte man da gucken, weil da
Aber-
vielleicht Kuhmilch drin ist.
Ist das. Was?
Was?
Ja, rohe Kuhmilch ist für Schwangere.
Hat die nicht gerade ein Glas Milch getrunken?
Vielleicht war es Sojamilch.
Ja, oder es war einfach Haarmilch, wenn die in Deutschland sind.
Aber
wer kauft
ja.
denn rohe Kuhmilch?
das Fleisch,
Genau.
was da drin
The milk that she drank was just regular. Actually, I think it's H milk specifically. So ultra pasteurized or pasteurized, ultra high heated. It's totally fine for pregnant women to drink.
ist doch. Wie ist denn das? Gekocht? Nee, das ist doch. Also, das ist ja nicht rohes Fleisch.
Ja, aber
Was
sie
macht die denn
sagen,
damit?
glaube ich, sowas wie, hey, wir wissen nicht, ob das cool ist, was da drin ist. Wir machen
Ja, das ist mir
dies,
schon
das
klar,
einfach.
aber ich frage mich gerade, was ist denn mit dem Fleisch überhaupt, was da drin ist?
Ich glaube, da ist gar kein, also ist dann nicht einfach so Bolognese, also nicht
Schweinefleisch
Bolognese,
ist
sondern
das.
Tomatensauce.
nee, da ist schon Fleisch drin, aber
Echt?
ich
Ja,
weiß nicht mehr.
Schweinefleisch.
Aber ich weiß nicht mehr, was die mit dem Fleisch haben. Ist das gekocht?
Yeah, I think it's a salami disc, and I think there also is a tomato sauce inside as well. I think there's actually both of those things.
Oder
Muss ja, sonst gammelt das ja richtig.
Yeah, pregnant women shouldn't eat salami. I think that's what they're talking about here. Is that they're debating about what she can't eat inside, and it's like salamis, deli meats, cold meats that haven't been heated enough. Pregnant women aren't supposed to eat because of like listeria and some other things that can be in it. And so that was this with just the cold salami inside. Rather than just take the risk, we just said like Aubrey doesn't need to try it. I would love that stuff anyways. She probably wasn't gonna like it, so just play it safe for our baby. Yeah, it's the salami inside that was the issue.
Ab da drin.
Schweinefleisch,
aber-
Käse und Speck ist da drin.
Aha.
Alter Vater.
Is Speck inside? Let's go.
Okay.
Bacon is inside.
It smells good.
Yeah, so there's like a dollop of cheese, and maybe it's like almost like salami.
It smells like
That's like
salami.
on the bottom. That's like the pinkish hue that I
Yeah,
can
it
taste.
is.
It's like a salami
Ah.
disc, and then there's some kind of like peppery red filling in there. Man,
I think a tomato
that's a lot
sauce.
going on for like a prepackaged meal there. Feels very
ohne die
like
Soße könntest du da doch nicht essen.
Nee, sonst
Also dann wäre
das
das
viel
zu trocken.
Bin gespannt, was das sagt.
MRE.
Definitely. I mean, the sauce inside is not
Like a meal
super
ready to
like
eat, like
liquidy
vanilla
saucy,
sugar
but
beets
definitely
out
does
in the
help with the
field, 'cause it'll
dryness,
last
especially
a
that bun.
lifetime.
The buns
I like
are
this stuff a lot.
super dry.
Enjoy
I like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is definitely, I think over the beefy roll, I would
But
do
I love
beefy
them.
Carrozza.
Actually going on a
No,
road
it's
trip
really
tomorrow
good.
and
This is
grabbed
not like, wow, I would eat
quite a
this
few of
every
these to
day,
take on
but,
the road
a
trip.
road trip for sure. Or like going on a hike, I'd grab some of these. Yeah, that I would give like a 8.5 out of 10.
What?
Ja.
Ja.
Also, dass er das lieber mag als eine normale Beefy, kann ich halt schon verstehen.
Das
Ja.
kann ich auch verstehen, aber dass er das besser bewertet als Kinderpinguin.
Okay, das verstehe ich.
Ah,
Also, ich bitte dich. Das ist Beefy Schmaratzer, Junge.
Let me know in the comments. Beefy Carrozza or the Kinder Pingui? Which one's superior? I stand by the Beefy Carrozza is superior to the Pingui. I've grabbed Carrozza many times since this and eaten it. Never have had another Kinder Pingui.
Too high? Let me know in the comments what you think.
Ja,
Ja.
too high.
Next we have.
Does everybody agree with that also?
Die sind okay.
Oh, so like a licorice.
die sind geil.
I'm kind of on the fence about
Geil?
licorice, and people either like love it or hate it.
I think that is a difference between a German and American
I was really
palate.
surprised that we
I do
have,
think
like,
they're
Aber auf
pretty
der
popular.
Haribo-Skala sind die okay, ne? Also,
Ja, ja,
der
die
ne?
aber in der Lakritz-Skala.
Auf der generellen Lakritz-Skala sind die sehr weit unten, leider.
ja,
Ja,
weil
aber-
das nicht ganz so lakritzig ist, wahrscheinlich,
Ja.
ne?
Aber die kannst du drehen und
Ja.
so. Da kannst
Yeah, I think what he was just saying is this not super black licorice. These black licorice, and I think that's what I was saying is that German black licorice isn't as like strong as Nordic black licorice. So these like
Ich habe
mit
die
mal,
mal,
die sind
ich hab die
cool.
mal komplett abgerollt und dann kannst du
Ja.
die in der Mitte ja auch nochmal so teilen, sodass du so ein meterlanges Band hast.
ja,
Mit
und dann kannst du mit
Kamera.
Quatsch machen.
Ja, genau. Und überall
do
ist
you
dann
all
Spucke.
roll it whenever you do it as well?
Try
That was one thing I
this
wasn't sure
specific
whenever I
Haribo
tried this was whether I
black licorice,
unroll
but
it or
does
if I
make in
just bite right
Germany,
into
from what
it.
I've seen online and talking to different people, that Germans like black licorice a lot more than.
Das ist nicht wahr. Das kommt drauf an, wo du wohnst. Es gibt den Lakritz-Äquator in Deutschland.
Yeah, so the black licorice equator, I've heard, man, there's an Aldi equator, a black licorice equator, I think a Weisswurst equator. Germany is divided in many different ways, and so that is one reason why in all of our videos I always say, you know, Germany is incredibly diverse, and your experience may be different than our experience, because I think I agree with him. He probably is. It's probably true that there are parts of Germany that eat a lot more black licorice than other parts. However, in general, I'd still think even probably the non-black licorice eating parts of Germany eat more licorice than the US.
Also ich glaube tatsächlich, also in Deutschland generell wird mehr Lakritz gegessen als irgendwie wahrscheinlich in den Staaten.
Würde ich auch sagen.
Yeah, exactly.
Das kann ich mir auch gut vorstellen, ja, dass das wahrscheinlich so ist.
Also da haben wir hier, glaube ich, viel mehr Auswahl.
Like a really strong.
Yeah, I can't even really think of how many different choices of
Really
black licorice
strong?
we have in the
Naja.
US.
Ja, für die, ne?
So there's a few things that are saying.
Yeah, it's really strong for us,
Yeah,
but
but
probably not really
yeah.
strong for
Sounds like a good excuse to not
other
have to eat it.
people that
Okay,
eat
then I'll
black
take it
licorice
for the
more.
team here.
Oh, wow.
Good texture. I mean, it's kind of
Just like you said.
yeah, kind of like a Twizzler. Honestly, it's not as strong of a flavor.
Oh mein Gott.
It's not very
Ja, stimmt. Von der Konsistenz.
Ja, von der Konsistenz her kommt das, glaube ich, gut hin.
Nee, mir
ja.
ist nur gerade eingefallen,
Exactly.
diese Schnecken da, die gibt es ja auch tatsächlich auch von Haribo
texture
in
is about
Farben.
the
Die
same.
mag ich gar nicht.
Nee, die finde ich
Stimmt.
auch komisch.
Das ist das erste Haribo-Produkt, wo mir einfällt, dass ich das nicht so geil finde.
sweet. I can eat multiple bites of it and it not bother me.
There's
It's
a lot
just
of other
normally
Haribo
black
products that
licorice
we need to
bother
try
me.
to
I guess I just don't
do a
think
ranking.
because it's not
Maybe that's
super
another
sweet,
video.
And I love super sweet.
Let me know. Do you guys want to see us do a video
There's
where we
also, like,
taste
there's
all
not
the
much
different
flavor
Haribo
to it.
products?
Honestly,
if we
I
did
give it
all
like
of
a
them, we
2 out of
might
10.
die of
It's not
diabetes.
Bad. It's just kind of, to me, just almost feels pointless.
Some of the
Aber
Haribo
das ist halt
products.
Geschmackssache. Also bei der Kritze, da darf man auch seine eigene Meinung haben.
It's not bad, aber 2 von 10.
This guy on the far left,
Next one.
he's my boy. He's our defender amongst the three, I feel like.
Fan
We
von.
should try it, and I looked it up.
Was?
I got really excited about
War
it.
ich nie ein
because
Fan
I
von.
love chocolate and fruit. Oh, it's from Ferrero. So it's
How many of you agree with the guy in the middle there? Do you not like Yogurettas? But based off the other reactions, I feel like Yogurettas are pretty popular. They seem pretty excited about it.
like that.
Das fällt mir jetzt erst auf, die sehen von außen aus wie Duplo.
Ja.
Ja. So, die gleiche.
Yeah, they
Riegel.
look like Duplos. I don't think we've ever had
Ja,
Duplos.
das ist mir nie
still.
aufgefallen. Ich dachte mir jetzt gerade so, der könnte auch ein Duplo in der Hand haben.
Ein klein.
Are Duplos? How similar are they to these? Is a Duplo just the same thing, just without the strawberry, maybe?
Die finde ich mega.
Right up your alley.
Me too.
It's a very like artificial strawberry flavor.
I also agree with that, but I don't
knock
remember.
against it.
I don't remember what rating I gave it. I probably gave it a low rating. They're
going
gonna freak out.
It's a little different to me, and I kind of think I like this chocolate better than the Kinder. I would give this strawberry yoguretta 7.5 out of 10.
Mal machen.
Stabil.
Okay, they're pretty happy with that. I feel like maybe I would have given it actually
lecker.
a higher.
Hier ist auch geil.
Pfirsichringe und Apfelringe sind mega lecker.
And this is another thing that we've grabbed multiple bags of since
Da
this
muss man
video,
aber zwischendurch mal wechseln. Also, wenn du zu viel Apfelringe gegessen hast und dann wird einem schlecht davon, dann greifst du einfach schnell zu den Pfirsichringen. Dann isst du so viel Pfirsichringe, dann ist dir davon dem Geschmack schlecht und dann nimmst du wieder Apfel.
Das liegt nicht an dem Zuckerschock, das liegt daran, dass du zu
Nein.
viele Apfelringe gegessen hast.
Ja, genau.
Do you think you've seen that?
I've never had the apple rings, so I don't know how
Die
those
sind
are. But the
mega
peach
lecker.
ones we
Ja.
really liked.
Wow, super tough.
Oh, yum.
There's like sugar coating on the outside that looks like it would be like a sour, but it's not sour at all. And that's something that's kind of interesting that I've seen Germans don't tend to like sour candies at all. So
What?
if you're, yeah, right in the comments,
Überschaubar. Ich glaube, es gibt mehr Leute, die das nicht so sauer mögen.
Ja, wobei
So
dann
coated.
immer die Frage ist, was ist sauer, ne? Also auch, es gibt ja saure Gummibären, die sind halt nicht sauer.
Nee,
Also,
aber die Amerikaner haben ja dann teilweise wirklich so super sauer und mega sauer. Ich glaube, das ist bei uns halt nicht so verbreitet.
Yeah, that's again, boy on my left, being our defender here. But yeah, I agree that like what is sour, and that's kind of the same thing I think we've started to realize with like spicy foods as well in Germany. Is like what is spicy? I mean, to a German, spicy levels are significantly lower than like an American. So like what we would say is spicy wouldn't be spicy to like Hispanic cultures, but it's spicy to us, but it would be like mega spicy to Germans. Same with sourness. I think there is different thresholds for spiciness, but yeah. One thing we did get lots of comments on is that we need to try, shoot, what are they called? Oh, man. I can't remember what they're called now. But there's one candy that all the Germans said that we need to try that we haven't tried yet. That's supposed to be extremely sour.
Haben der sagt, okay, wir machen das einfach nach
Noch
Dinger
saurer.
noch einen drauf.
Haben Bram
Ja.
und ich ja mal probiert hier auf der Süßigkeitenmesse, die Sachen, die aus international waren, die waren nicht aus Deutschland.
Ja, aber
Das
die,
hat
also
angefangen
ich,
zu bluten.
alleine
Ja,
in
das war
Holland,
echt krass.
hast du ja schon Sachen, die super viel saurer sind als hier, einfach
Ja.
weil die Vorgabe für die Inhaltsstoffe bei Lebensmitteln halt nicht ganz so krass ist.
Möglich.
Ja, ey, geh weiter.
Let us know, do you like sour candies? Because we've also seen like German sour. Their definition of sour is not nearly as sour as like the US, for example.
Yeah,
so this
there
isn't
you go.
sour at all. I don't think it's necessarily meant to be. But pretty impressed by the peach flavor that comes through.
7 out of 10.
I give it a 7 out of 10. That's probably fair.
Again, that's another one that, in retrospect, I probably should have rated that
Da bin ich
higher.
jetzt gespannt, ob die sich das durch die Nase ziehen.
Ja, ich bin gespannt, ob die jetzt einen Korn dabei haben.
We have no corn, and we definitely didn't do up the nose. Also, things that we heard about after the fact, after trying this, that people were commenting, but wouldn't have done that anyways, most likely. Definitely.
Bestimmt die Schwangere.
It looks like what I
Ach ja,
kind of
scheiße, stimmt, sie ist ja schwanger.
Kool-Aid packages looking like.
Oh,
It just
Kool-Aid
is
ist
a
aber
powdery-
viel, also bei Kool-Aid, das weiß ich noch, da musst du ja selber Zucker beimischen. Und da kommt so unfassbar viel Zucker rein. Weißt du, wenn das dann irgendwo hintropft und das fängt dann an, so einzutrocknen, das ist wie Kleber. Das ist
Did he just say that you have to add sugar in to the Kool-Aid? I don't think that you do, unless that's like the way that is in Germany, because like of the varying sugar thresholds that people like. But I don't. Do you add sugar to Kool-Aid?
1:1 wie Kleber.
Krass.
Bei Heubrause ist der Zucker halt auch schon drin, aber ich glaube ein bisschen weniger im Verhältnis.
So he's saying the sugar is already inside the Ahoy browser, but he's saying it's a lot less. But yeah, I thought that Kool-Aid already has sugar in it as well. You just put the Kool-Aid in water and then you drink it.
Sugary.
I don't know.
Waldmeister Beste.
Put in drinks.
Agreed.
The flavors are
Love
interesting. Though.
Waldmeister.
So we have Himbeer, which is raspberry, orange, Zitrone, lemon, and Waldmeister. Which Waldmeister is a flavor that is like very special to Germany. In the U.S., it would be Woodruff. It's sweet wood rough, but that doesn't tell anybody
I don't know what that
anything. It's not a thing. I'm gonna choose
Yeah.
Waldmeister.
Ja,
Whoa,
Nice.
it's kind of like crystallized.
ah, da brauchst du kein Wasser für, einfach rein
I have to give
damit.
the caveat.
Always using the Duba
Die ist schon ein
Glazer,
bisschen älter.
representing the faults.
Right? I bought this a long time ago.
Ja, die halten aber auch ewig.
Ja, halt, das ist wie Salz.
Ja.
But it's like it's
Yeah.
July 21, but it's like a powder. It can't like really go that bad.
It always is so satisfying whenever somebody like says something like that, like, "Oh, the powder can't go bad," and then I say it immediately. I always am glad that I mentioned those things, I guess.
You don't try it. I'll just try it for us.
Okay.
I'm not carrying life except for my own.
Stell dir mal vor, dir passiert das in Deutschland. Da muss das Kind ohne Vater aufwachsen und du kannst nicht mal die Firma hart dafür verklagen.
Können wir mal ganz kurz darüber reden, was für ein krasses Verhältnis der hat für kaltes Wasser?
Ja, das ist extra gefiltert.
Ja.
Das ist so ein Filtergerät. Das
Das braucht man in Deutschland nicht, ist dem das klar?
na, nicht überall in Deutschland.
Again, my boy's defending us here with our Brita filter. Yeah, so we have a Brita filter. We don't like use it because the water's not safe to drink here. Really, we do it because our water, I think it's the pipes of our house. Like the water is safe to drink in Germany everywhere. It's better water than in the US actually. But we just use it because I think it's the pipes in our house, but there's a lot of like junk that comes through, and just the flavor is better when it goes through the Brita filter. It's completely unnecessary though. We drink it straight from the tap all the time too.
Ja, Max,
And in this video, it's just easier when we're sitting at the table to be able to pour it into a pitcher rather than walking out of the room to go to a
ist ja
sink.
wohl ein
But,
bisschen
yeah.
Kalk drin.
Na gut, in Berlin.
Drauf geschissen. Ich trinke immer Leitungswasser.
I don't know if it's the amount of water I put in. So this is like a half-liter glass. I put about, I mean, a little
Schon
bit
viel
over
zu viel.
half, so it's not like a ton of
Way
water.
too much.
but it
How much
tastes
water
like
do you guys put in?
really
He said it's way
watered
too much
down.
what I
As a
did,
drink,
but
I'd probably give
I
it
try to
like
do
a
what I
4 or
felt
5 out of
like
10.
was
However,
good
a lot
amount of
people
water,
said
maybe
the
too
best
lower
way
than
of
what I would
enjoying
normally
this
Yeah.
snack is actually
Einfach
just by
reinschütten.
opening it. You're just supposed to put it in some of the
Und
bottom of your
lecken.
hand.
Na,
Und dann-
in die Tüte, von der Tüte in den Mund, Junge.
So he's saying just throw it back into my mouth. That definitely would be much more straightforward than licking it up, but I thought licking it up was kind of like part of the fun.
Sour. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is incredibly sour. That is good.
Center Shocks. I think that's the candy that everybody's telling me I need to try. Is it called Center Shocks? That I haven't tried yet, but that's supposed to be like ultimate, very, very sweet German candy. But yeah, haven't done that yet. Need to give that a try.
And just in that short little experience, I would definitely say the best way of enjoying it is by pouring it in your hand and just licking it out. You get a punch of flavor.
Or
That,
straight
I
in
would
your mouth,
say
like they said.
7.5 out
Ja,
of 10.
guck mal.
Fun
Der hat denn auch in der Schule schon immer Wasser und ein Glas dabei gehabt, weißt du? So, das ging gar nicht. Das heißt, du musstest dann irgendwie anders in dich reinhauen.
Ja, Schniefen ging noch.
Next, we We have some jumpies. To me, they look
Oh.
like
Känguru.
Die sind super lecker, aber die sind viel zu schnell alle, weil da gibt immer nur die kleinen Tüten davon.
Ja, da gibt es wie 10 Dinger sind da drin, ne?
Ja.
Leer.
Es gibt wirklich manche Produkte von Funny, die haben die nicht in großen Tüten, wa?
Yeah, that bag size is kind of weird. It's like smaller than like a shareable bag, or like that you would eat a few and then close back up and put in the pantry. Excuse me, but the bag is bigger than like a personal like bag just for your own. It is a weirdly like small bag. You're not sure if you're supposed to share it or not. Probably don't share. Probably eat it all.
Kosten würden wahrscheinlich.
paprika flavor, which is a huge thing in Germany. They love the paprika flavors.
Yeah, it's just something that we don't have in the US. Let us know in the comments,
Kein
what is your favorite...
Paprika-Flavor?
Was?
Kein Paprika-Flavor in US? Doch.
Ist dann, also existiert bestimmt, aber ist halt dann nicht so wie
Nicht
hier.
so groß wie hier.
Alter,
Ja,
die haben
hier ist
keine
halt-
Paprika-Chips.
Yeah, I think, like, sure, you're gonna find some paprika chips somewhere in Germany, or in the US, I'm sure, but definitely not like in Germany, where it seems like paprika is almost like the only flavor. That's an exaggeration, obviously, but the paprika flavor just dominates the chip aisle, and every brand has to have paprika in Germany. In the US, like, I legit don't know if I've ever seen it. And most of our friends and family that come over here and try it, they love it, and then they can't get it until they come back to the US. It's just not a thing in the US at all.
Ja, doch,
Ja, die haben halt immer, ja, aber
Paprika-Chips.
die haben
Aber ist
halt
halt nicht so
mehr,
groß. Ja.
genau, die haben halt mehr immer so Barbecue oder Nacho
Ja,
Cheese
stimmt.
oder whatever, ne, irgendwelche wirklichen Flavor, aber so rein Paprika aus so
Scheint-
der Welt.
I don't know why that would be. Like, what would be the cultural difference where we would have it here in Germany, but not in the US? I don't know.
Es nie gibt halt nirgendwo.
Ja.
paprika chip brand? Because we've tried a couple different ones and I like them, but this is interesting.
Alle rein, nicht ein, nicht ein.
So it's actually
Alle.
it's like the body shape. It's like a round body.
They're
So
smaller than
I end up just doing one after all,
I'm assuming
anyways.
they're hollow on the inside.
Einer schmeckt nicht nach viel, weil da ist Luft
Yeah.
drin.
You know what the first flavor I got in my head was? Like a Thanksgiving turkey.
No.
I think I prefer
That was
like,
stupid.
the regular
It does not taste like a
paprika potato
Thanksgiving
chips,
turkey.
So it's a fun version.
It's one of those things that's like you have one and you like you just naturally immediately go back for another one. 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not knocking my socks off, but they're good. Kind of fun.
I stand by that score. I would much rather
Yeah.
get normal
Keiner
chips
fun.
rather
Be
than
like
those.
the Knoppers.
I always, for whatever reason, just assumed that when I saw these in the grocery stores that Hanuta's was like the off-brand Knopper. But whenever we were
What?
asking people for their favorite snacks and treats, I got Hanuta.
I don't know that deserved that big of a
way more.
reaction,
I don't
did
even
it?
know if I got Knoppers on my suggestions at all. Okay,
Wie kommt man denn auf die Idee, dass Hanuta das
Ja, wenn
Off-Brand
du
von
das nicht
Knoppers-
kennst und beides, also ich finde auch, das sieht schon ähnlich aus.
Das
Aber
eine ist
nicht.
blau und das andere ist.
Ja, aber auch wenn die aus...
Man, I need to learn this guy's name on the far left because he has just been such a pro this entire video, understanding, like, yeah, exactly what he was saying. I mean, he's like, we've never seen Knoppers, never seen Hanuta. I've heard tons of people talking about Knoppers, especially like on Now's channel. He talks about Knoppers all the time. So we see Knoppers everywhere, and then you just randomly see Hanuta. And granted, like, we normally shop in Edeka. I mean, every grocery store has their off brands, but I just never looked closely at Hanuta, and just hearing about Knoppers, I just assumed those are the more popular ones, and I saw those, they look kind of similar, and I just assumed, yeah, somebody's just trying to rip off Knoppers, because I had never heard anybody else talking about
Pack's, leg die
here.
doch mal nebeneinander. Das eine ist
ja, aber der
oben-
hatte halt noch nie solche Dinger in der Hand.
Ja,
Ja, ich kann das schon
wissen.
verstehen. Also Knoppers
Also
hat,
ich kann das
geht
auch
in die
verstehen.
ähnliche Richtung, hat aber ja noch diesen milchigen, schokoladigeren Anteil. Und
Ja,
dann
außerdem
ist
hat er
mehr-
nur oben die Waffel und Hanuta
das
hat
stimmt.
2.
Ja, aber wenn du nicht genau hinguckst.
I never looked closely enough to
Vom
see,
Geschmack
like, there's
sind die
actual
auch völlig
differences between the way they
unterschiedlich,
look.
Ja, das
Ja.
auf jeden Fall.
so it's obviously it's
Yeah,
not. It's
they
not the
definitely do
off-brand,
taste differently,
'cause It's
but-
Ferrero. It's also the same company that does Kinder. It looks like it's a wafer with like a hazelnut.
Stimmt, Hanuta ist kein
It looks like it has
Kinderprodukt, ne?
hazelnut chunks
Ferrero
too.
ist einfach
Oh.
der, der Held, den die
Ja, ja.
Welt. Weiß
Yeah, Hanuta is not Kinder. I think it's just, is it just
nicht, wie sagt
under
man das denn
Ferrero
dann?
brand?
Ja,
That's
die
it.
melken die
Die
deutsche Kuh.
Die Welt nicht braucht, aber verdient. Nee, oder andersrum, ich weiß es nicht. Also die machen uns alle dick, aber das schmeckt halt auch alles.
Zitat machen.
Aber das schmeckt halt alles saugeil, macht aber leider, naja.
Also, nur mal ganz kurz. Also, Hanuta ist kein Kinderprodukt, obwohl es
Nein.
dieselbe Schreibweise hat wie das Kinderdublo.
Ja, vielleicht haben die.
Aber gibt's ein paar von, die so sind.
Also vielleicht, weiß ich gar nicht, was da der Grund ist.
Die Milchcreme, die fehlt.
Ja, stimmt,
Wer weiß.
meinst du, bei Kindern ist immer so Milchzeug dabei, ne? Das ist immer eine gefüllte Milchkammer.
Ja, oder ob das Milch ist, weiß ich gar nicht, aber diese weiße Creme.
Ja, genau. Ne?
Yeah, so I think, yeah, it's not milk, but I think that's like every Kinder product. To me, like, I'm not a huge Kinder fan because it just feels like every single thing is the exact same. It's just in a different shape, kind of. It's all just chocolate and.
Ey, da ist ein Liter Milch drin, Bram, in einem Kinder.
Heißt das Kinder Duplo oder ist das Duplo?
Nee, Duplo. Kinder ist nicht Duplo.
Duplo ist just Duplo.
Das heißt einfach nur Duplo.
Einfach nur Duplo?
Da ist nämlich auch keine Milchcreme drin.
Eben. Ich glaube, das. Alter Schwede.
Das
sind da was auf der
ganz
Spur.
großen Sache auf der Spur.
Yeah, I expect it to be more creamy, but it's like a hazelnut like bar.
Oh, sind die aus dem Kühlschrank oder nicht? Das ist ein Unterschied.
No,
Dann schmeckt.
it was not out of the fridge. We just ate it straight out of like our cabinet. But I mean, do you guys normally put these in the fridge to enjoy it, or do you just eat it straight out of, I guess like wherever you store it at room temperature?
Anders.
What's the better way of
I like
eating
that,
these?
how thick that chocolate hazelnut is.
Yeah, it's
Voll
like
geil.
a hazelnut chocolate, well, not chocolate, but it's like it feels kind of like a chocolate bar in between the wafers.
It'd be good with ice cream.
What?
I think it's because it tastes like an ice cream
Yeah.
cone.
This guy on the far right, he just has it out for us for whatever reason. Everything we say something as simple as this would be good with ice cream, and then he snaps. I think that's kind of a thing too in the U.S. I wonder like if Germans do it as much, but like with candy bars and things, it's like crunching it up and then putting it on ice cream. Like I don't know, Snickers, you can do like a milkshake with Snicker bits, or like a Butterfinger ice cream, you crumple up Butterfingers. So I think just our headspace a lot of times is combining all these sweet things, and so I just that to me seems like a natural thing, especially with the ice cream cone kind of waffle on the outside. It just seems natural, like it would go with ice cream. So I wonder what the reaction was
yo.
about.
Knoppers, if I prefer Knoppers over these, I need to put them head to head.
Okay, he came
Ja,
around.
Hanuta besser als
I almost
Knoppers.
said 8, but I want to knock it down. It's like a
Hanuta,
7.
better as
Yeah, I
Knoppers. That
wanna
sounds like
knock
a
it
hot
down. Ich will dich auch down knocken.
My favorite that we tried today was
Hier, Arno.
Toffee.
And I think for sure mine was actually
Yeah,
the beefy
he's unhappy with it.
Carrasa.
Alter, sein Bestes ist das Beefy Carrasa, Junge. Können wir den bitte canceln?
No, please don't cancel. I don't know if I'd stand by that the beefy Carrasa is the best still, but I mean, for sure, I was surprised at how much I liked that. Maybe that was more just so like unique and different for me, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, I don't know. I think beefy Carrasa is still the best. Don't cancel me for it though.
Ja,
Also man
aber
kann
sind
über,
der Geschmäcker
ey,
verschieden?
nein, man kann über viele Sachen streiten, ja, aber das ist nicht das Beste.
Also,
Schwierig.
It really surprised me in how much I really like that one. So if you know of any other snacks or treats or
Ja, cool.
sweets
Ja,
that we
bla,
need to go
bla.
try here in Germany, leave those in the comments below and let us know your favorites as well. And to see who made it this far into the video, the random question of the week is...
Kann dir bitte jemand in die Kommentare...
Just look at like, in particular, like the middle guy and the guy on the right here, and like their reaction to our stuff. They're not happy with the ratings and the reactions that we gave those things. But I still stand by my bro here on the left, defending us there at the end as well, saying, you know, we have different tastes. I think trying to help us out and explain that, yeah, Americans and Germans, we just have different palates for different things. So like some things that Germans really like, we don't really like as much. And that was kind of the whole thing with this video in particular, was trying to find the nostalgic candies. And that's what we asked our audience to give us, the nostalgic candies and snacks from their childhood. So that was kind of one of the things I was nervous about going into this one, was trying things that people really are going to love because they related to their childhood. And then I have no connection to it. So I'm just kind of just tasting it and giving it a rating with none of that emotional connection to it. And clearly, I mean, these guys seem fairly emotionally connected to these, where we give ratings and it's like we've criticized something very important to them. I get it though. I do the same thing with our American candies and stuff.
Abolishing daylight savings
glaube, das steht da schon
Thanks so much
bestimmt.
for watching, guys. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and we will see you in our next video.
Nice.
In that
tschüss. Ja, ich finde, in solchen Videos kommt immer viel zu kurz. Ich weiß nicht, warum die das nicht machen, aber die sollten mehr Chips frisch Sachen probieren. Vor allen Dingen mal so die ungarischen Sachen, weil das haben die ja nicht.
Wenn ich das richtig verstanden habe, haben die das gemacht in einem anderen Video.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I think in a video I asked like what your favorite different chips flavors were. So we haven't done that in another video. This one is just we didn't have anybody recommend more of those, so we haven't done the chips frisch in. We didn't do it in this video, but I mean that's another one. I think we need to do like a German potato chip taste test.
Aber
Ja, also Karazza, ich finde es nicht so schlecht, aber von den Produkten, die da probiert haben, zu sagen, das ist das Beste.
LOL. Wusstet ihr, dass Fruchtzwerge gar nicht aus Joghurt sind?
Ne, das ist ja nicht eher Quark?
Ja, das ist Frischkäse.
was?
I'm glad to know that they also just learned that Fruchtzwerge is not actually yogurt. I think he's probably reading through the comments and seeing people saying that. And I'm glad because when some people were commenting that, they were acting as if like all Germans knew this. So let me know in the comments, did you know that Fruchtzwerge is not actually yogurt, that it's Frischkäse, and I guess not Quark either? I don't know what the difference between Quark and Frischkäse necessarily would be. I need to look that up, but I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one to know that.
Wurden gefühlt.
Die ganze Zeit in meiner Kindheit. Aber in meiner Kindheit, da haben auch noch die Kleinen gereicht. Und irgendwann wusstest du bist groß, wenn du die großen Fruchtzwerge gekriegt hast.
So gab's die dann irgendwann. Die gab's ja lange nicht. Und dann haben sie immer gedacht, Mensch, machen wir die großen. Jetzt gibt's die sogar in Light mit weniger Zucker.
Ich hätte aber tatsächlich auch mal Bock, dass wir wir bestellen alle Kinderprodukte, die es gibt und daraus ein Rating machen und so eine Liste. Das sollten wir eigentlich auch mal machen oder so.
Und danach werden wir uns trennen.
We've already done that for you, but
wahrscheinlich. Also je nachdem, wer da so dabei ist.
Ja.
Gut, das waren Americans Try Nostalgic German Candy and Snacks for the First Time. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis morgen.
Tschüss.
Danke. Thanks so much for watching, guys. To see who made it this far into the video, the random question of the week is... Who is your favorite German YouTuber? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you in our next video. But the reason why I wanted to do this reaction video today was because it was done